Hi everyone, welcome to week 12, and this week we're going to start this video with some triads. We'll do some melodic and harmonic dictation in this video, and we'll close out with some Atman. So we're going to really focus on our core activities this week with the dictation and Atman. So let's get started, and first just make sure you're in a comfortable position, sitting comfortably, wherever you're listening to this. Take a deep breath. Shift as you need to, be comfortable, etc. Let's start by singing one of each triad. I hope this is almost like a meditative activity for you at this point. Let's start here and sing a major triad in root position. Ready? Go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. And how about a minor triad in root position? We'll do the kind of original set first. Minor in root position. Ready? Go. Do, me, sol, me, do. And then let's hear augmented in root position. The only augmented that we have. Ready? Go. Do, mi, si, mi, do. Sing diminished first on this pitch, so do, me, and say. Ready? Go. Do, me, se, me, do. Maybe I have to sneeze? I can't tell. Okay. And then find T. T. I'm a little low. T. And sing a diminished triad in root position with the T syllables. Ready? Go. T, re, fa, re, ti. And then back to do and sing a major triad in root position one more time to kind of round it out. Ready? Go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Okay, let's get into those inversions then. So inversions of major, starting with a first inversion of major. So start on mi, I'm not going to play it, but start on mi and sing a major triad in first inversion. Ready? Go. Mi, sol, do, sol, mi. Remember to think about that inner stretch happening in your torso as you're singing that one. One more time on mi. Ready? Go. Mi, sol, do, sol, mi. So that you connect each note with your breath. And then how about find do one more time. Do. And find sol and sing a major triad in second inversion, and whichever octave works for you is fine, but I'm not going to play it before we go. Just find sol and let's sing that second inversion major. Ready? Go. Sol, do, mi, do, sol. And sometimes I like that kind of vertical stretch in both directions, but another way you could think about it is like something pointing out from your sinuses, basically like right about here. Sol, do, mi, do, sol. And that movement will help you think of each breath as being connected. That applies whether you're talking about singing or playing a wind instrument. So, okay, and then let's do the inversions for minor. So back to do, find do again. Do, sing a minor triad to get us into minor. Ready? Go. Do, me, sol, me, do. And then sing a minor triad in first inversion, starting on me. Ready? Go. Me, sol, do, sol, me. Or if you don't want to think about it shooting out of your sinuses, you can think about it coming right out of your forehead. Me, sol, do, sol, me. Okay, so then find sol and sing the second inversion. Think about it for a second. Sol, ready? Go. Sol, do, me, do, sol. You may see, if you're not a singer or not a voice major, you might see other people in choirs sometimes like use their hands a little bit like that, or use their hands to kind of just like have a physical gesture that will help illustrate what they're trying to do with some involuntary muscles, and to make their diaphragm and their lungs work together to kind of like make that motion that they needed to make. There's some different kinds of ways of thinking about singing in voice lessons that don't necessarily involve your throat. And if you haven't ever taken voice lessons, that might sound weird, but you think about all these other things like internal stretching and it coming out of your forehead and all of those things. So those are just ways to make some of those involuntary muscles behave the way that you want. Okay, so let's go back to minor and first inversion. I think the minor inversions are probably the trickiest, and so I want to sing a few of those minor and first inversions based on me giving you a pitch and you having to figure it out. So let's start here. Let's say that this is, I'm going to give you do actually, and not may. I'll give you do, and then you find may and sing first inversion minor. So in your head, you have to think do, and maybe do it out loud a couple times first. Do, re, may, sol, do, sol, may. Kind of like that. So if I give you another one, this is do. In your head, go. Okay. May, sol, do, sol, may. It's a little high, but you can do it. Wake those vocal cords up. How about here? This is do. So then think do, re, may, sol, do, sol, may. Now this is do. And again, do that little step. Try to do it silently if you can. May, sol, do, sol, may. So let's do that a few more times. This is do. May, sol, do, sol, may. Okay, let's do a couple more. How about here? This is do. Ready? Sing. May, sol, do, sol, may. How about here? This is do. Ready? Go. May, sol, do, sol, may. Good. And one more. How about here? Have we done that already? Ready? Sing. May, sol, do, sol, may. So that's just like a little added step. Instead of saying like, this is may, sing may, sol, do, sol, may. I want you to take that extra step to then find that starting pitch too. So do that with all of the triads. You could do that with any triad, not just the ones in inversion, although you could like give yourself a starting pitch of me or something and sing like an augmented triad. Like if this is me, sing an augmented triad. Do, mi, si. Those are really, really good mental puzzles for you to play with your ear, and they will definitely help. So let's do some triads. I have a list of 8 ready to go. Find somewhere you can jot down 8 triads. And let's start here with number 1. I'm gonna not roll just to try it like that. We'll see how it goes. So no rolling. Ready? Here we go. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And number 8. Okay, let's go back to number 1, which was here. Try to find the lowest note there. Hum what you think is the lowest note to yourself. And then maybe try to find the others. You might be able to tell that it's major, and with that lowest note that it is in second inversion. Sing it with me, starting here on sol. Ready? Go. Sol, do, mi, do, sol. And so that was major 6/4, or major second inversion. Number 2 is here. And sing this one with me. Higher or lower if you need the different register, that's fine. Ready? Go. Do, me, sol, me, do. So that one was simply minor in root position, but it was a little bit lower register than I sometimes play it. That might have tripped you a little bit. Number 3 is here. Sing this one with me. Ready? Go. Do, mi, si, mi, do. That one is augmented for number 3. Number 4 was here. Once again, hum that lowest note. And sing this one with me when you are ready to do so in your own register. Ready? Go. Me, sol, do, sol, me. And that one is minor in first inversion. So that one is minor 6. Number 5 is here. Once again, try to hum the lowest note. And sing this one in your own register. Ready? Go. Mi, sol, do, sol, mi. So number 5 is major 6. And number 6 was here. Hum that low note. And sing that one with me in your own octave. Ready? Go. Sol, do, mi, do, sol. So that one is minor 6/4. Number 7 was here. Sing it with me. Ready? Go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. That one is major in root position. And number 8 was here. On the syllables of your choice. Hint, hint. Ready? Go. Ti, re, fo, re, ti. And that one is diminished. It's a diminished triad. Good. So I hope that really listening and trying to find that lowest note is helpful, and maybe even doing that when you are practicing these in a test or an assignment to just like listen for that lowest pitch and try to even hum it to yourself. I think that could be a helpful way of zeroing in on the inversion. Some people find the lowest note most easily, and some people, for whatever reason, maybe the instrument you play or the register of your singing voice, you might hear the highest note most easily. And so it's good to know then, okay, well, if it's in second inversion minor, then May is going to be in the top. And so it's good to figure out which of those you kind of hear most easily and try to listen for those pitches as they appear. Okay, let's move on. Let's do some melodic dictation. So you can see on your handout that I've prepped 2 of them for you there. So we're going to start with the one on the top in D major. And let's start by getting into the key. Go ahead and sing into the key with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, ti, do. And we're down in this register for this one. We're in bass clef. There's your first pitch. Mi, mi. Maybe you can sing that low F sharp. Maybe not, it's okay. Mi. And we're in 3/4 time. So about this fast. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Hit pause if you need to and work through some of it. It's short and goes by kind of fast, so I'm going to play it again before I sing it. Here we go. Second playing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's short and it goes by fast, so I'm going to play it again. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. Once again, it's fine to take some time. Go back and listen to that again if you'd like to. And now I will sing it. I'm going to sing it an octave up from where it's written. So it's down here, but I'm going to sing it up here in treble clef. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Mi, re, do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, re, mi, mi, re, ti, do, la, ti, do. I really hope that you sing along with me when I do that, if you can, if you're in a space where you can sing, because I think it really helps get that into your short-term memories. You can write it down easily. Anyway, jump back in the recording as needed and take as much time as you want. And when you're ready, I will show you the answer. So here is that melodic dictation melody, where my mouse is and where it says week 12. Here. So I'll play it now that you have it in front of you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So with this one, we have a lot of stepwise motion and a couple of skips. Part of the idea with this one is that we have another non-tonic opening, so we're practicing starting on scale degree 3 instead of scale degree 1 or even 5. So I hope that that was doable for you to start on 3 and head down to 1 instead of starting on 1. Okay, let's do another melodic dictation. And in this one, we're going to hear a leap of a minor sixth. So in this unit, we're combining those non-tonic openings sometimes with leaps of a major and minor sixth. And so that's something you can listen for in the rest of these for this unit. Let's sing into this key of C minor that's set up for you on your page. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, me, sol, me, do, ti, do. So you should have that staff there in treble clef in 4/4 time and in C minor with your first note as sol here. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And I'll play it one more time, but take your time. Hit pause. Work through it, make some notes, jot the rhythm down first, jot all the solfege down first, note heads with no rhythms, however you need to do it. 1, 2, 3. Once again, take some time, hit pause, hit rewind, not hit rewind. Jump back in the video if you'd like to hear me play those two again. Bit of a high note here for my singing voice at this early moment in the day. So 1, 2, 3. Sol, do, ti, sol, fa, sol, le, fa, sol, do. And take some more time as needed, or more listenings as needed. When you're ready, I'll show you the answer. So here's that C minor melody. It's a little bit odd for a C minor melody, and it doesn't have any B naturals in it. It has te instead of T. You might have noticed that when I sang it. So let's listen to it now that you have it in front of you. 1, 2, 3. That minor sixth happened right at the beginning. You might be able to hear that as the outline, the outer two notes of the minor triad in second inversion. So that's a new interval for us. If that didn't jump right out at you, don't worry, we'll have a lot more chances to practice it, and it might have just been a strange interval to hear in a melodic dictation since we haven't really had them up until this point. So now let's shift gears and do some harmonic dictation. And remember that last week we looked at a harmonic dictation that had a sequence in it, and the same thing is what you can expect to hear in this harmonic dictation. So for the video one part of it, you can see I've set up a harmonic dictation on your worksheet in A major. So let's start by getting into A major. And here's where we'll sing into the key. Let's do that. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Remember, I just want you to bracket where the sequence is happening. You don't have to know what kind of sequence it is or label it or anything, but just bracket where the sequence occurs And let's go ahead and get into it. So here's the first bass note, first soprano in the first chord. So 3 and 4 and. So take some time, hit pause if you'd like, listen again. This time I will bring out the soprano. 3 and 4 and. Once again, take the time that you need. In class, I'd give you about 60 seconds or more, so take that time. When you're ready, here is the chord again, the first chord. And I'll bring out the bass this time. 3 and 4 and. Once again, take as much time as you need, go back and listen again, bracket where you think the sequence is happening. When you're ready, I'll show you the answer. Okay, and here's that progression for you. And let's listen to it once with this, and then I will note where the sequence is. There's where the sequence kind of breaks. 2, 6, 5. I hope that that was also a clue to you that that's where our sequence is no longer happening. And then let me use a little tool to draw a line. So that's where the sequence is happening, and it sort of, MuseScore sort of prefers to put it between the notes and the Roman numerals, but you get the idea. So we have this pattern of down a fourth, up a step, down a fourth, up a step. And the soprano is just descending by step. And that's fine. And then where the 2, 6, 5 happens is one clue that the sequence breaks, partly because the bass stays the same instead of keeping the pattern. The soprano breaks the pattern, and it's a 2, 6, 5. And we haven't had any 7th chords in the sequence either, so that's part of how you would know that that's where the sequence ended. You might recognize this one. It's called a descending thirds sequence because there is a third between the model and the copy, but then also this is known as the Pachelbel sequence because you might know Pachelbel's canon, and it's the one that's famously used in that piece, although also many other pieces. So if you have any questions about the sequence happening there or sequences in general, let me know. It's that time again. It's Ottman time. So today we're going to get into chapter 12, which is our new and final chapter of the Ottman that we're going to look at this semester. So you can see that we're looking at more diatonic leaps according to what's at the beginning of the chapter here, and more simple and compound meters, kind of more just of the same types of things we've been working on. So flip through the first couple of pages. I want to look at 12.19, which is what I have assigned for you for the dictation, or for the last sight singing test. Having said that, you have some options for the last sight singing test, so if you haven't already done so, go check out that assignment page on Canvas, and you can see the other options for singing and playing the piano together with a song instead of doing the Ottman and the at sight melodies. If you'd like to do that, you can you certainly may. You just have to make sure that I know in advance that that's what you're going to do. So get in touch with me if that's something that you think you'd like to try. It's usually a refreshing change for people to have that option for the last sight singing test. So I love offering it as an option. But if you want to just sort of keep things simple and consistent with what we've done in the past, because that is easier for you to kind of wrap your head around at this point in a strange semester, that's fine too. So I've given you 3 assigned melodies from chapter 12, and that's what we'll practice in this in these videos, and then you'll have an at sight melody like normal. So 12.19, as you can see, is in B flat major. It starts on B flat, it ends on B flat. It's got the 2 flats in the key signature. It says it's from a Mozart divertimento, and I don't think that this was written for voice, but I could be wrong. I think it was probably written for instruments based on that title. So here's B flat major. Sing into the key of B flat with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Now there are some kind of challenging leaps in this one. It's more that there are multiple leaps in a row, things like that. It's just a little more technical kind of than earlier chapters, but it's all diatonic. There's no accidentals or anything. So we want to get to a lively tempo, but we'll start with something rather slow. Look through it for a moment. And let's sing through some of it. So, not too fast. Da, 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 da. This is the 8th note. Da, da, and 1, and 2, and 1, and da, da. That's how it'll work. So let's do it again. 1, and 2, and 1, and do, 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 ti, la, sol, do, do, fa, mi, mi, la, ti, do, la, re, do, ti, la, sol, do, ti, la, sol, do, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. So if I were to do that an octave lower, mi, re, mi, fa, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. I guess at this point my lower range is a little bit stronger than it was probably a year ago, because I've been singing these lower things with you, but so I could probably do this all an octave lower than it's written, and if you want to do that, that's totally fine. Or if you want to change the key for a test, remember that's always okay. But it is also good to try to sing it where it's written if you are of a high voice and you can sing it in that octave. Let's do it again. Similar tempo with 1, and 2, 1, and do, 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 ti, la, sol, do, do, fa, mi, la, ti, do, la, re, do, ti, la, sol, do, ti, la, sol, do, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. So this chapter for me, the ones that I pick, is all about interval leaps and also about spitting out fast solfege. I really like to have you practice your fluency with solfege in this chapter and like try to get to where you can speak it really quickly. So the key to doing that though is to practice it slowly in the 1, 2, 3 third full bar where it starts on la, la, ti. You might have to practice this slowly. Do, la, re, do, ti, la, sol. A couple of times before you can then go do, la, re, do, ti, la, so, do, ti, la, so, do. Right? And I also hope that if you've been practicing the Mozart Quartet with me on these videos, then this might not seem that hard because this is nowhere near as difficult to sing, in my opinion, as some of the parts, individual moments of the Mozart Quartet we've been working on. So that's 12:19. If you do it at that tempo on the test, totally fine. Or you can try to work it up a little bit faster. Either way, as long as it's clean, that is perfectly good. Okay, let's look on then. Turn a few more pages to 12.64. Quite a few pages. Okay. From the Bach Brandenburg Concerto. Love this one. It's in D minor. This is actually kind of my favorite chapter in this book because it has some of my favorites that I love to include on these tests. And I think singing a lot of 16th notes and stuff is fun, but you know what I say, if I tell you that something's going to be fun. So let's get into D minor. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, me, sol, me, do, ti, do. I feel like my voice is not quite warmed up yet, so sometimes notes like that sol for me kind of like flew off in a weird direction. Sometimes those notes aren't totally in tune. So if that's a problem for you, maybe think about doing some kind of simple vocal warm-ups, singing into the key a lot, singing a bunch of intervals before you try to practice sight singing, because a warmed-up voice behaves differently than a voice that is not, just like when you play your instrument and you need time to warm up. Anyway, let's get into this melody. Notice that we're going to start right away with a fifth. We're going to kind of outline the tonic in the first couple of bars. Let's look at the first 2 bars. Not that fast. And 2, and 1, and 2, and like that. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and do, sol, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, do. Let's do that much again. 1, 2, 1, 2, do, sol, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, do, me. Sorry, not me. Sol, me, fa, sol goes on right away. From the beginning, let's just get into it one more time and we'll keep going. 1, and 2, and do, sol, sol, fa, sol, la, fa, sol, sol, fa, sol, do, sol, me, fa, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, fa, me, sol, fa, me, re, do, re, me, fa, de, fa, me, re, do, re, fa. My camera crashed during that, so let's just do it again from the beginning now that you've had another chance to stop and start. 1, and 2, and do, sol, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, do, sol, me, fa, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, me, re, do, me, fa, re, fa, re, ti, sol. I'm gonna sneeze. Ti, do, re, fa, re, ti, sol. Ti, do, re, sol, ti, do. I was sure I was going to sneeze in the middle of that, but we got through it. So if that run of 16th notes is hard for you, that's okay. It might take some practice to be able to do that really effectively. So let's take a look at it from the last bar of the first system, where the last full beat. Sol, fa, me, re, fa, me. Let's do a little slower than that. Ready? And sol, fa, me, re, remember, if you slow it down, then everything else has to proportionally slow down too. But I do think that starting that even slower than what we just did, sol, fa, me, sol. If you practice the whole thing like that a couple of times, you can gradually speed it up. Maybe that's something that you're used to doing with practicing other stuff on your instrument, where you take a metronome and just like slowly crank up the tempo as you do it a few times. That will really get in your head if you can sing this slowly a couple of times, gradually speed it up. It will get in there, and I think that would be a very good use of your practice time if this is something that doesn't come naturally to you, or something that at this point is still a challenge in the class. That's okay. If the fact that you might be having trouble with solfege in an exercise like this does not mean that you're doing something wrong, or that you have not been making improvements or something. Like, it just means that this is new and it's challenging and it just needs more practice. That's okay. So take the time. Make sure that at the end, in the last phrase, let's do the pickup to the last bar, or the last system. Get to outline that 5/7 chord, something we've sung many times in this class. That fast. This is the 8th note. Ready? And go. Ti, do, re, fa, re, ti, sol, ti, do, re, sol, ti, do. Make sure that those have their full space of rests in between them so that you're not cutting anything short. You have to really let that rest happen, like really sit in it. Sol, ti, do, re, sol, ti, do, right? You don't necessarily want to like collapse your body in between each rest, but really like sol, ti, do, re, and not like be anxious to kind of move past it and like cut the rest short. That's really important with this one. So make sure that you take some time to practice that if you plan on doing the Ottman version of Sight Singing Test 4. And that's it for this video. If you have any questions about anything we did, any of the dictations or the singing or the triads, please let me know. And I will be back shortly with another video. So bye for now.